A lot of people don't know what metacognition is. Now, some people understand the concept but don't know the term for it, and some people just don't get the concept. Now, the reason it's a really important concept is because it helps us to contextualize our worldview and our beliefs and our perspectives. So if you're able to think about your thinking, so you're taking a step back and you're thinking about, how did I come to believe this? Is it reasonable to believe this? Could I be mistaken? That's a really important part of metacognition. Could I be mistaken? And the thing is, there are so many ways in which we can be mistaken when it comes to perception and understanding complex phenomena. So there's all sorts of like basic logical fallacies. So, your basic kind of reasoning skills may be off, and they are for all of us. It's a skill to develop. So your fallacies, like your straw man arguments and your ad hominems and all the rest of it. And then there's so many biases which, completely scupper our abilities to see what's going on, or not completely, but can, very seriously damage our ability to see clearly. So, confirmation bias is a classic one, selection bias, and cognitive dissonance, where it's like, well, actually we're so emotionally invested in a particular worldview that we're going to play all sorts of tricks to convince ourselves that that is the correct view, even though rationally it doesn't look like that's the case. So this ability to kind of step back from your thinking, look at it, think, what's going on here? How, why am I arriving at this conclusion? Are there other possible, explanations, that kind of thing? This is really important if you want to approach the truth. So the irony is, a lot of people are kind of looking for the truth, and they're going down this channel. I'm going to investigate this, almost this kind of trail of clues, and I'm going to get to the truth. But unless you have the context that is actually a kind of blinker, we all have a kind of blinker on us, a set of blinkers, which you could also say is like a bandwidth that we have on reality. We've got a certain bandwidth. And however good the kind of reasoning and, the research that we're doing, research is a dodgy word because of confirmation bias particularly. But, that angle that we're taking on things is just one part of the bandwidth of the whole situation. So if we're able to recognize that we're deliberately wearing blinkers, then that's great, because we want to check out a certain point of view and see if that works. But if we're not even aware of the possibility that these blinkers exist, and this is really quite common, then it's a massive obstacle to us achieving balanced, accurate perspectives on reality, because it's like, I couldn't be wrong. I'm not even aware of the possibility that there's, that anything outside this line of inquiry could have any validity. So, another thing that really ties in with this is a kind of, I suppose, ethical quality of like humility. I've heard it called epistemic humility. So you're just kind of, tentative about your views and open to, I may be mistaken. And if more people did this, I think it would really help us to solve some of the kind of fairly serious problems that humanity is facing at this time. So it sounds like a small thing. It's like, rambling on about intellectual stuff, mind this, thoughts that. A lot of people are very dismissive of the kind of intellectual realm. But, a lot of stuff happens because of ideas. Okay, so if we can get really clear about our thinking and our ideas and our perceptions, then I think we can make more progress than this kind of digging a really deep hole, thinking we're going to strike gold, and, the gold of truth. But in fact, we're not digging in the right place, however much effort we put into that. So that's a few thoughts about metacognition. If you've not heard of it, maybe go and check it out. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.